A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
On second down, Johnson. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Here's Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Stafford now to throw. And that's complete to Jesse James. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Taken in at the 11. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
To throw, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Watch 36.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Perry able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led To the sack.
Go. Let's go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Check 26. Check 26.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Set. 280. Mike's 59. Rabbit. Hey, 5-0.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And James has it. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Set. Yellow 80. Yellow 80. Hot. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, me and you all day.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Airing one into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris, and he will take it out to the 25-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Cousins. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All day, defense, all day.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West.
The ball carrier. Miles Killebrew on the stop.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. We're scoreless after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out.
Watch the slip. Watch 36 to Mike. Check. Bring up 48.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down.
First down, Minnesota.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 26. After the interception, here's Stafford. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well. There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Throwing deep for Gallup. And got his man. Complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Golladay, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a running back or a tight end. In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Topper! 59!
Johnson running right. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 3rd and 2, Stafford airing one deep for Curse. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. Jermaine Curse. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 8 on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7.
14, Vikings 7.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
We want this. Kill.
Out of the gun, Stafford. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. On first down, it's West. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And it's caught. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and goal.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Safety green. Check. Check out black light.
They'll try to pound it in with West. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Charkandrick West, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A huge play there. Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph. And even 40 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again. 1st and goal.
Hey, Steamer. Hey, box truck.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Check. Hey, 382, last 50.
Throwing is Cousins. Buying time to his left. And it's incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And this one is right down Broadway. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. 27 yards there, a first down. Stafford now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears. Omaha, ready to move. Hey, Delta.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Complete, it's Johnson. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is incomplete. took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. From the 29, Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. On the draw, this is West. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Listen to me. Watch 36. 36 to Mike.
Throwing on second down. Cousins. That is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Watch 36. 30 flag. I'm coming after you. That's a 48. Check 24.
They'll run on first down. West. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Check 13. Check 13. Travis.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Nick Perry able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll run it with West. A good positive play there, 9 yards, but still 3rd and long.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Gun.
Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. That toss play right, we know it's one of the successful plays they have in their arsenal, and they showed you why there.
And remember, in order for it to be successful, because it's a little bit of a slower developing play, those blocks at the line of scrimmage have to be kept, have to be held, so that the runner can get to the corner and turn it upfield.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
55, check, 55, Mike. Hey, orbit.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
You got tight right there. Hey, Ken.
Throwing, Cousins. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Cousins now. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Herb Smith Jr. with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Here's Cousins. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Back to the air. Stafford on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Stafford looks to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite... And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Prater for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10. Cousins to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Now West. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. They go play action. Cousins. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get yellow, yellow, yellow.
3rd and long for Cousins. Dancing to his left. Going deep for Diggs. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
That's fielded in the end zone.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 27, Stafford. And this is incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Stafford. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the 38, Cousins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. A big pickup of 38. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Flush to his right, and that is incomplete here.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Equanimous St. Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. Complete outright to Kurz. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
Waiting. Check, give me radar.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. They begin here with a run by West. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's West, and he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they?